Hey there guys, this is Decamatus, back for more Warlords. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Bloodmaul Slag Mines on the Heroic difficulty. The only thing to worry about with these enforcers is to not get in the way of their big ass hammer, and they'll sometimes leap at you. When that happens, just don't be there. This isn't an aggro reset, and it's really healable, so it's not that big a deal. He'll just work his way back. Now with these overseers, you're going to want to interrupt their subjugate as soon as you see that. It's a 10-second stun, and it takes somebody completely out of commission for that entire time. Sucks balls. Take them out as soon as possible. The slaves will cast an enrage on themselves. You can get that off with Shiv, Soothe, or Trank Shot. You'll notice we skip as many mobs as possible. They're just a waste of time. There's no reason to fight them if you don't have to. This next pack has got our first Geomancer. He's going to put stone bulwarks on people, and you need to interrupt that just like anything else. It just makes them take no damage. It's like a bubble for mobs. This next pack has got our Ogre Mages and our Warders. Our Ogre Mages are going to throw out some Lava Bursts, which deal a shitload of damage. You're going to want to interrupt those. Now, as you can see, we were all feared for a second there. The Warder does a frightening shout that fears everybody and does a big AoE, so you're going to want to interrupt that as well. With Slave Watcher Crushto, you're going to want to always make sure you interrupt your Ferocious Yell. He's also going to cast a spell called Earth Crush, which you basically just need to get out of the way of. Another spell to watch out for is Wild Slam. He's going to knock everybody away and pick somebody to Crushing Leap to. All the miners will go to that person, and everybody just AoEs him down. At this point, we'll be taking the long way around. This hallway is a bit of a gauntlet. You're going to want to gather everything up and focus on the two big elementals and just AoE down the little guys. Try and kill the Vengeful Magma Elemental first. It summons additional small adds. The Magma Lord isn't too big of a deal. You're going to want to stay out of the fire, and just remember to kill all the adds that continue to spawn throughout the fight. This next pack can be pretty intimidating, but if you want, you can CC one or two. Just remember to prioritize the Molten Earth Elemental and then the Warder. Just always interrupt that frightening roar. In order to fight Magmalatus, we first need to kill Forge Master Gug'rokk. Throughout the fight, Gug'rokk will summon two elementals. First, an Earth Elemental, Ruination, and then a Fire Elemental, Calamity. The tank needs to keep Ruination away from the DPS so they don't get rough smashed. And whenever you see Calamity casting his spell, it needs to be interrupted. Both of those adds need to die as soon as possible. Once they're dead, Magmalatus will jump out of the forge, and the real fight begins. He will periodically cast Molten Impact, which throws a meteor down and spawns a mob. He'll also cast Slag Smash, which is that big AoE effect. You should have plenty of time to get out of it. Every time he uses Molten Impact, a new ad will spawn. It's the DPS's responsibility to switch to this ad and kill it as soon as possible. For Slagna, just avoid the pools from his lava spit and you should be fine. This next pack of ogres is the most vicious combination in the dungeon, so some CC is recommended. Roltall is probably the easiest boss in the dungeon. The only thing you really need to worry about is his fiery boulder. A large circle on the ground will mark where the boulder is going to fall, and there will be 3 of them. They'll roll all the way across the bridge and then all the way back. Just do the best you can to avoid them, and you should be fine. He'll also throw down some fire on the ground, which, you guessed it, you want to stay out of. Other than our healer going AFK, there's not much to say about the Ogrons. They hit pretty hard, so you're going to want to be ready with that second pack where there's 2 of them. One thing to note is that you can always CC them, so it's possible to use roots to hold them in place while you DPS them from afar. Now that our healer's back, we're just going to take them down. The flame speakers are going to channel flames. There's not much you can do but get out of the way. You can use Typhoon and spells like that to interrupt them, but it's more effective just to get out of the way. They'll also cast a spell called Exploding Flames. This should be interrupted whenever possible. For Gug'rokk, you're going to want to interrupt his Molten Blast. It gives him a buff that stacks 3 times and deals a lot of AoE damage. Mages can spell steal it, you can also dispel it. He's also going to summon unstable slags. You're going to want to kill them before they reach the kilns, which are those big furnaces. And just like with any other boss in this place, he'll drop pools of fire on the ground. Don't stand in the fire, kids. Don't stand in the fire. Thanks for watching, guys. Remember to like, subscribe, and as always, peace!